Hey, what's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche here, and I've had a very interesting morning here at the shop. Yes, I'm totally grateful I finally got to go out and go fishing, and it has proven itself to be super valuable because I've already troubleshot and problem solved a whole bunch of things in the shop. Yes, it's just telling you, man, it's my healing, it's my center. It had, I've been very blessed to fall in love with fishing, you know what I mean? And I know it's the good Lord's plan for me to pass on my knowledge and stuff like that, but it is also my healing where it really does. So
gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta learn. I'ma call up the whole team.
for a little while here, I was facing these problems with the landing net, so I'll stop because once I get frustrated, I stop and I have to restart and stop and restart. But right now that I know I'm figuring out all these problems, I'm like, you know what? I got to figure this out. So what I started doing, I'll show you what it kind of looks like. All right, so this is my problem. The rope coated cable, the rope keeps fraying out, and when I finally get my braid all nice where I want it, it looks like crap. Sorry, I'm too picky. Like, I don't like it looking like that. So I figured I'd use some electrical tape. However, I don't have any here. We found a roll. Somehow it got misplaced, and it's not nowhere to be found. It's UA right now from duty, so we'll eventually punish him for that. But what I did was I have some marine grade heat shrink. So I was like, I wonder if it fit, and I tightened it up, and I was like, man, that's awesome. So now I can be good to go. So now when I get start braiding this back in, I'll be nice and clean the way I like it to be. And so now what I got to do, that was one of the things that I missed, and I'm gonna make sure to step back to show you everything. So yeah, it's a heavy net, guys. This is solid stainless. This shackle here, my 200-pounder here. No. This actually sits in this loop here. So for what I got to do is I got to unbraid all of this, because that's how I got it to split like that, was I braided it. So now I got to unbraid it to get it back there, add it in, but I also have to add it into the other one that's over here. Somehow that got lost in the sauce there. There we go. Okay. So there to there. I gotta unbraid this and get it set up. I just gotta make sure hold this for a second, make sure I'm still in camera kind of deal. Yep, it's showing exactly what I needed to. Okay, thank you. So now we get this situated. I'll do that one and get it sorted too. Soda machine over here sounds like it's taking a piss. So, yeah. So that will go there. Right here should be. What I'll do now is I'll come back with my paracord and I tighten this loop here just because I don't want it slipping. Like right now, it can move all over the place, and as the net moves, it'll teeter totter. I don't like that, so that'll come back. But at least now I ain't gonna get poked. This ain't gonna come undone. So now I'm gonna go ahead and fix this one. How did I do that? I'm about to show you. So I got my lighter, got my pre-cut green heat shrink tubing right there. Next. Undo one side so I can control this. See how it's starting to flare out? I don't want that, so I'm gonna take off about 3/4 of an inch. So it's nice and pretty cut. Tubing on it. Next one. What time is it, boss?
It's 11:36.
Tell me when it's 11:50. 11:55 because I gotta go pick up my son from school.
Okay.
Supposed to undo this right here for a reason. The reason was that's what's supposed to put in the shocker. So now let's go back to over here. This is where the real tricky part is. I already have those two in the middle, so I need to make sure I get this the right height. And you can have it, you gotta make it. Just fold it up just like this. So I can sure I'm holding the net. Beautiful. This. Awesome. another net to do over there, but I'm gonna at least finish this one off today. It's a done deal. And if y'all guys are new to the channel, the reason why I use rope coated cable on here is so that way when we are fishing for shark and they come into the net, they tend to kind of bite that these landlines here, and this will ensure that your net don't go sideways on you while you're trying to land a big shark or even a kingfish too. You know, they've hit the main lines and the net drops halfway down. Well, this will ensure that it doesn't happen. And actually what I can do real quick too is tighten this up just one snip into the next notch. And actually that's what I can do instead of having to do a lot more of the paracord that also needs to tighten this up. But this ensures that we don't lose half our net while we're trying to rope or land, and especially when you have multiple fish getting caught back to back to back, you can't afford any downtime because that's how you lose fish and so forth. So just a heads up, guys. Okay, so now I gotta go pick up my son from school, but as soon as I can get back to this, I'll close this up and it'll be a done deal. But at least now y'all know how we did it to keep the cable from fraying out and why we're also using the cable for the main line. And that also too gives you an idea of what kind of material we are using for the net. That's why the price is what it is. Granted, we're nowhere near paying ourselves for the amount of labor we're putting into this. We're doing it because we just want to see more sharks landed with net than with the gap and or drug up, you know, with a leader grabber, which, you know, can still bust their internal organs and stuff like that. So there you go, guys. Next step.